What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. My name is Ruth. If this is your first time here, and today, y'all, we are here with an expected but not this soon video, y'all. TCM dropped the news on us today that they will no longer be servers in the game. I think that after this patch update that we get this month, that's pretty much going to be it. Outside of, I think they said like a few more patches, probably up until they service or prepare the new peer-to-peer system that's going to be in place. And also, if you guys are not sure what peer-to-peer matchmaking is, basically that means that there will no longer be like a dedicated server for the online matches. Instead, there will be a host from the lobby. So, i.e., if I was in the game playing as, Maria or something, they would use my internet connection to service the match. And depending on the internet connection of the host will depend on how the game plays. So if the host has bad connection, the game is probably going to be a bad experience. There's going to be lagging, rubber banding, and whatever else goes on with, having a bad connection. As well as if the host DCs, that will also end the match for everybody, which I don't know how that's going to work out, y'all, because with the last piece that I just mentioned of like, if the host DCs, that ends the match for everybody, I feel like it's going to be pretty hard with that system in place to play a completed game, because TCM already has a huge DCM problem. Like y'all know, on the family side, if they hear one objective turn off, people are dropping like flies. On the victim side, if you're ran down in the basement by Leatherface first, you're out of here and trying to go to your next match. So I don't know if they're going to have a system in place for like where the person has to be on the family side who's hosting the match, which I think that would make sense, because typically the family members should stay until the end of the game, so that would make most sense. Unlike in the situation with the victims, if you die, you want to get out and go to your next match, So again, maybe they're going to give more information on how that system is going to work, but yeah, y'all, also don't know if there's going to be any crossplay intertwined with the peer-to-peer system. Again, I guess we'll just have to stay tuned for that, their favorite words. And y'all, I just think that this whole rollout of this news was just done distastefully. This development team has a history of just not being transparent with the community, and also just a lack of communication in general. So to just kind of wrap up the almost 2 years of this game into a quick, click the link in this post to find out that literally this game is coming to its end, was really sad. Really sad. Especially the piece of them saying that they felt like they've kind of like reached their peak, I guess, which that just totally seems like a cop out for them to not admit that they kind of failed at the game. They definitely failed at the game, because if not, then they were just gaslighting us for the past few months. When was their most recent live stream? I think that was like September or October maybe, where they were basically kind of telling us about how they had all these plans to go into a new era of TCM, and that, they wanted to move away from the Maria Flores story. I thought that they had all these additional plans for Rush Week, and now all of a sudden it's just like, nope, none of this was actually a thing. Y'all are crazy. We never said any of this. This was the plan all along, So it's like, if that was the plan all along, they knew that back in December with the last major update of us getting Wyatt Bones in the graveyard map. I just think that this is really sad, because I feel like a lot of content creators kind of like really blew up from this game, and some of them, this is their full-time job. That's not my situation, y'all. I do content creation as a hobby. Your girl works a full-time high-stress job, okay? But for a lot of the other creators who are out here playing this game, streaming it for hours upon hours a day, making videos daily, editing videos daily, I just felt like this was such a disservice and slap in the face to them, to just kind of drop this bomb on them, especially if you knew that you were going to do this 6 months ago. Like, that really could have gave people time to kind of like make other situations and things of that nature, but instead they really just got to kind of like scramble now. So not just for myself, but I really hope that the community out there continue to support these people who have been playing this game, and maybe you found them because of this game, because I do know that that is my situation, and that's why I kind of felt the need to make this video, is because I do know that like a lot of the people who are subscribed to my channel subscribe to me because of this game. And I really enjoy this game. Like, the majority of the videos on my channel are TCM vids, and I wouldn't have been doing that if I didn't enjoy the game. Like, I know I talk my crap about this game, as does a lot of other people, but it's genuinely out of love for the game, and you know the potential of the game, and you just want them to do better. So it's sad that in the end, it really just felt like, instead of putting in the work to make the game better and put it to the potential that it really had, they just decided to cut ties with it. I'm not sure if they're working on another game, because like I said, there was a lot of leaks and things that looked like, okay, they're working on other stuff. So I don't know if that's for a new game that they're possibly trying to put out, but it's like, looking at the past two games, this one and Friday the 13th, which was by this same development team, it's like, do you really want to do you really want to play another game from them? So yeah, y'all, this is really sad. Enjoy, like I said, I think the best thing to do now is just enjoy what's left of the game. I don't know if I'll be participating in the peer-to-peer stuff, because like that's going to be rough. Again, like I said, I feel like it's going to be hard to have a completed match with that system, with the way that people already DC on this game constantly. But yeah, y'all, I'm not going to read the long post that, you know, they wrote out. For one, because I know a lot of people have already posted videos today and stuff, and they probably went through this stuff kind of verbatim. I'll leave a link in the description to it if you have not seen it yet. But yeah, basically it's just them saying that, you know, we want to retire on a high note. Basically, they're really trying to sell to us that they did everything that they set out to do in this game, and they want to go out while they're on top. Is that the case? Absolutely not in my opinion. But yeah, y'all, that's that on TCM. It really sucks, y'all. Like I said, I'll probably continue to maybe get some games in up until they make this transition to the P2P, depending on how the lobbies are, because honestly, a lot of people may just say forget about it. Like, knowing that there's nothing else to expect from the game anyways, I wouldn't be surprised if the lobbies start dying off a little earlier than expected. So that's something that we're just going to have to, you know, look out for. I'll see how the lobbies are looking probably this weekend. I probably won't be able to play the game again until the weekend, so I'll tap in and see what the lobbies are looking like. And yeah, y'all, it was a fun ride. I didn't start this game out when it first started. I started about a year in. I started playing, like, I think it was April of last year. So literally I'm at about a full year now. I never made it to level 99, y'all. And I don't think it's going to happen. Even with, I was going to say maybe they'll drop us off another double XP event, but that pretty much means nothing now. And this also really sucks for all the new PS Plus players who came to the game. And also, like, they were doing so many sales, and I'm just sitting here, like, I was buying up little, like, outfits and stuff. Like, granted, they were pretty cheap. They were like $2 and stuff like that. And I bought Hans big ass, y'all. And now I might not even get the chance to play with him. Like, I just bought Hans like a few weeks ago, and I have yet to play with him yet. And now it's looking like that was for nothing. This is why I say that this is really just kind of nasty business from them, because they really set people up out here, especially these new players who probably put a lot of money into the game, because there is a lot of DLC to buy, just for them to come and make this announcement that, like, yeah, things are kind of over. So I just don't know if I would want to entertain another game from this development team. But yeah, y'all, it was fun while it lasted, though. Like I said, I'll try and see what the lobbies are looking like until they get to the point of moving over to the peer-to-peer system. But yeah, y'all, I hope that y'all will continue to check out the channel and watch other content. And again, please consider doing that for your other favorite content creators as well, y'all. Have an open mind to check out different games and different things of that nature, y'all, because it's not the content creator's fault that this is happening to the game. And this really sucks for a lot of people. Like I said, this is some people's livelihoods. So if you can support other content from people, myself included, that would definitely be appreciated. And yeah, y'all, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will hit that like and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace. No.
Someone did.
Me too, you know. I died, but
I'm sure you are. I'm sure
you
you
know,
are.
at least he wasn't waiting in the basement like he usually do, so I appreciate that front.
He really tried to get down there, though. He stopped me.
Dang, Ruth.
I know I'm not making it out.
You know, you probably would have lived if there was communication involved.
Yes, GG's. Damn.